We always enjoy the discussion with Savannah Lee Richardson. You can catch her work at Bulldog Illustrated covering Georgia athletics. All right, so even Georgia, even in the place that they're at, still suffers losses, obviously, on the field, moving on to the NFL draft, but also in the coaching staff with guys taking other opportunities. Shane Beamer would be one, reportedly a significant pay raise to go to Oklahoma to become an assistant coach. We also have a new linebacker coach in play in Athens as well, a guy that Kirby Smart is extremely high on. If you can fill us in on some of the changes on the sidelines.
Yes, Coach Beamer announced this week that he was going to Oklahoma to take that position, and in my opinion, that's a huge loss. He's probably one of the best assistant coaches in college football. He knows how to relate to the players. He knows how to get them ready for games, and he knows how to run a game plan. However, I think kudos to him for taking that job and going and bettering himself in the coaching world. But Kirby Smart's going to have to figure out what to do. There's been some speculation about who's going to take over the tight ends now that Shane Beamer's gone. Is it going to be Chaney? Will it be Coley? As you know, and as a lot of people know, that Coley interviewed for the OC position at Texas A&M, but decided to decline and stay at Georgia. But there's a reason why he stayed at Georgia, which hasn't been announced yet. But I have a feeling that he may be taking over like a quarterback coach role or something along that line to really develop the two guys that are with Jake Fromm and then Justin Fields coming in. However, what's going to be interesting is to see how Dan Lanning does with Kevin Shearer's outside linebackers, because that group was a dynamic core. Like Kevin Shearer had been there for them, and they had a tight bond. So it'll be real interesting to see how Dan Lanning relates to the players, builds those relationships, and even recruits, because he was the recruiting coordinator at Memphis, and we've all seen how successful Memphis was this season. So hopefully that'll carry over, and the fact that Kirby Smart's already high on him, and I like how Kirby's bringing in these young guys that have all this fiery passion and grit and determination, and they want to be successful, and giving them a chance with Trey Scott, Glenn Schumann, and now Dan Lanning. So it's exciting. I'm excited. They have not seemed to lack any on the recruiting efforts of anything, so that's a good thing too. It hurts me because the tight ends are one of my favorite. One of my favorite positions, and Shane Beamer I love Shane Beamer. Whenever Georgia picked him up as a coach, I was excited. They don't always say that he's fiery and passionate, but seeing him in practice and stuff, like he'll get in a player's face and fire that player up. So it's a tough loss in my opinion, but I think Georgia overcomes it, and Chaney, whoever takes over the tight end group, will do a great job along with the outside linebackers. I just think that Georgia's picking up these young guys, and it's going to be interesting to see. I think it's coming from like the new and the old, because with Nick Saban, he has some more established coordinators and assistants and stuff like that. But then Georgia's bringing in these young guys, and it's going to be interesting to see them with the young guns. I guess you can start calling Georgia the young guns, I guess. I don't.
Well, Kirby talked about the hiring of Lanning during a radio interview with 680 The Fan. He called the hire a no-brainer. He loves his energy and wanted to get him on his original staff, but just didn't have the open spots, and the timing of the situation just didn't work out, but said it was a no-brainer. He didn't have to interview him. They worked together at Alabama, and he just is that impressed with his work.